Have you ever sat quietly in your living room, looked around and thought, where did everyone go? Maybe the phone doesn't ring as much as it used to. Maybe old friends have stopped visiting. Or maybe your own family seems busier than ever. Too busy to call, too busy to check in, too busy to stay. And deep down, it hurts. If you've felt this, you're not alone. Many people feel a sense of distance in their later years. Not just physical, but emotional too. And while some of it happens naturally, a big part of it is within our control. Yes, it's true. Some habits, ways of thinking, and ways of talking can slowly push people away, often without us even knowing. But here's the good news. Once you understand these patterns, you can change them. You can bring warmth back into your relationships. You can feel close to people again. You can rebuild what was lost, or even better, create something new. So let's talk about why people drift away in old age, and how to bring them back. Stay with me to the end. Some of these may surprise you, but they might just open a new door in your heart. 1. When you stop growing, you start fading from others' lives. When we're young, we're always learning. We go to school, try new jobs, meet new people. But as we grow older, it's easy to settle. And when we stop growing, mentally, emotionally, socially, people feel it. A person who is curious, who asks questions, who wants to learn something new, is someone others want to talk to. But when all you talk about is the past, or how things used to be better, or how kids these days don't understand, people start to pull away. It's not because they don't love you, it's because they don't feel connected anymore. Growth doesn't have to be big. It can be reading a new book, watching a documentary, asking your grandchild what they're passionate about. You don't have to understand everything, just be willing to try. Be open. The moment you stop learning, the world moves ahead without you. But if you keep growing, you stay in step with life, with love, with people. 2. Negativity builds walls between you and others. Let's be honest. Life can be hard, especially as we age. Aches and pains, disappointments, loneliness, it's all real. But when every conversation becomes a complaint, a criticism, or a dark cloud, people quietly step back. You might not even realize it. You might think, I'm just telling the truth. But others may feel drained. People don't want fake happiness, but they do want balance. It's okay to talk about struggles, but also talk about what made you smile this week. Ask others how they are doing. Share a joke. Share a story. Energy is contagious, and people want to be around those who help them feel good, not worse. If you bring light, people will be drawn to you. If you bring only shadows, they'll quietly find other places to stand. 3. Relationships need watering, or they wilt. Friendships, family bonds, connections. They don't stay strong on their own. They need care, just like a garden. Many older adults say, if they really care, they'll call me. But that's not how it works. People get busy. They get distracted, and sometimes they're waiting for you to reach out first. When was the last time you called someone just to ask how they are? When did you last send a message that said, I was thinking of you? It doesn't take much. A kind word, a quick check-in, an invitation to meet for tea. When you stop watering relationships, they slowly wither. But when you put in even a little effort, they bloom again. 4. Refusing to adapt creates distance. The world changes fast. Technology, communication, culture, it all looks different now. And it's easy to say, I don't understand all that, or things were better in my day. But when you shut out change, you also shut out people, especially younger ones. You don't have to love social media or video calls, but being open to learning a little, just enough to stay connected, shows others that you care. It's not about agreeing with every new idea. It's about listening, staying curious, and showing respect for how others live their lives. The more open you are to change, the more people will keep you in their world. 5. Over-reliance can make others feel drained. As we age, we need more help. That's okay. Asking for support isn't wrong. But when we rely on others for everything, emotional support, errands, favors, without also giving something back, people can start to feel overwhelmed. Even small things matter. Saying thank you, showing appreciation, asking how they are doing, offering advice or listening when they talk. Relationships should feel like a two-way street. Even if you can't give much, giving something shows that you value the person, not just what they do for you. People stay when they feel appreciated. They leave when they feel used. 6. Holding grudges turns people away. We've all been hurt. Family arguments, friends who let us down, words said in anger, disappointments that still sting. But if we hold on to those feelings, if we keep replaying them, people eventually stop trying to fix things. They feel like no matter what they say, it'll never be enough. And so they go quiet. Forgiveness isn't about forgetting, it's about choosing peace over pain. If you want people to stay, let go of what's been holding you back. Say, let's start fresh. Say, I forgive you. Or even say nothing. Just let your heart soften. You can't change the past, but you can decide how much power it has over your present. 7. Talking at people instead of with them. As we get older, we accumulate knowledge, experience, and strong opinions. That's a gift, but it can become a barrier if we're not careful. Sometimes, in our desire to help or teach, we begin to talk at people instead of with them. We interrupt. We finish their sentences. We correct them, even when it's not necessary. We offer advice when they just wanted a listening ear. Over time, this can make others feel small, dismissed, or unheard. People, no matter their age, want to feel seen. They want to feel like their thoughts matter. So practice the gift of listening, not to reply, not to correct, just to understand. Instead of saying, you should, try saying, that's interesting. Tell me more. You'll be surprised how people open up when they feel truly heard. 8. Dwelling too much on illness and age. It's natural to talk about what's going on with our health, and at a certain age, doctor visits, medications, and diagnoses can become a big part of life. But if every conversation circles back to what hurts, what's wrong, or what's getting worse, it can start to wear on others. It doesn't mean your pain doesn't matter. It does. But relationships thrive on shared joy, curiosity, and stories, not just shared struggles. Try this. For every complaint, add a compliment. For For every ache, share a hope. For every story of loss, share a story of love. Let others see that you're more than your pain. That spark is still inside you. Let it shine. 9. Not making space for new people. Sometimes we wait for the old connections to come back, while missing out on new ones right in front of us. Maybe there's a neighbor who always says hello, or someone at church who's invited you out a few times, or a younger person who looks up to you but isn't sure how to start a conversation. We often cling to the people from our past while overlooking the beautiful souls in our present. You're never too old to make a new friend. New connections won't replace the old ones, but they can add something fresh and unexpected to your life. Keep your heart open. You never know who might walk in. 10. Making others feel guilty. This one's a bit tender, but it matters. Sometimes, without meaning to, we make others feel bad for not visiting more, not calling enough, not doing things the way we wish they would. We say things like, "You only call when you need something." "It's been forever since I saw you." "I guess you're too busy for your old mom." These words come from pain, but they don't draw people closer. They push them away. Guilt is not a bridge, it's a wall. If you miss someone, just say, "I love when you visit. It always brightens my day." Let love be the invitation, not guilt. You'll be amazed how much more willing people are to come closer when they don't feel judged. 11. Forgetting the power of laughter. As we age, life gets heavier. But one of the most powerful ways to stay connected is through laughter. Laughter doesn't erase pain. It makes it bearable. It builds bonds. It lifts spirits. Do you remember the last time you shared a genuine laugh with someone? It could be from a funny memory, a silly moment, a joke gone wrong, or just laughing at yourself. When you invite laughter into your life, you invite others too, because everyone wants to be around the one who makes them smile. 12. Holding on to roles that no longer serve you. Many of us hold tight to roles we've played our whole lives. The parent who leads, the sibling who fixes everything, the friend who gives advice. But as life changes, so do relationships. When we keep trying to play the same roles, even when they no longer fit, it can create tension. Adult children may want to make their own decisions. Friends may not need fixing, just support. Others may wish to share the spotlight too. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means growing into a new version of yourself. Be a listener instead of a leader, a cheerleader instead of a director. You'll find that people come closer when they don't feel controlled, but supported. Would you like me to continue with more points in the same tone? I can keep building until it reaches around 10,000 words and shape it into a complete video script with pacing, visuals, and narration cues. Just let me know your preference for structure, linear, storytelling-based, or something more visual. If people seem to be drifting away, it doesn't mean they've stopped loving you. Sometimes they just don't know how to stay close. But you can guide them back with kindness, growth, openness, and grace. You still have so much to offer. Your presence can still be a gift. Your stories, your laughter, your wisdom, it still matters. All it takes is a little reflection and a willingness to grow. So if you're ready to bring warmth back into your life, Start with one small step today. Call someone. Smile at someone. Learn something new. Forgive something old. And slowly, gently, you'll see the people you thought you'd lost start to return.